Deported. Deported. Deported.
Anti-ICE rioters in L.A. blocking the highway and setting fire to the city in protest of Trump's administration's illegal immigration crackdown.
Jonathan Hunt is live outside of the Metro Detention Center in downtown Los Angeles with the latest. Jonathan?
Ainsley, Lawrence, Brian, good morning to all of you once again. Yeah, we're outside the Metropolitan Detention Center right here in downtown LA. Still a very tense scene on the streets here. You can see the police cars lined up as they are at various intersections all around downtown LA right now as a result of what we have witnessed over the last few days. It all began, of course, on Friday with those ICE raids targeting illegal immigrants. That sparked the initial protests that we saw here. And then on Saturday, there was even more protest sparked by ICE activity in the city of Paramount. That's about 25 miles south of downtown LA. And with the protesters then clashing with federal agents, President Trump said he would call in the National Guard, federalizing members of the National Guard here in California and sending them to LA. By Sunday morning, they were on the streets of LA in their hundreds, and thousands of protesters turned out to greet them. That's when things turned, of course, extremely violent. We saw the American flag burned. We saw Waymo, which are the robo-taxis, the self-driving taxis that are a common sight on the streets of LA, set on fire, at least 3 of them, very close to the 101 freeway, which was completely shut down in both directions for a time because of those thousands of protesters. They were met with smoke grenades, tear gas, and some rubber bullet rounds fired by law enforcement. The LAPD was on scene heavily on Sunday, having been criticized for a slow response on Friday. And President Trump said, having sent the National Guard in here, he would be perfectly willing to send a lot more troops if necessary. Here's the president.
This is an absolute disgrace. Burning of the American flag should be a mandatory prison sentence. Like, I can't imagine living in another country illegally and flying the US flag in the streets, rioting and destroying property in my host's country. Totally out of control, disrespectful, and disgusting entitlement on full display.
What is the bar for sending Marines?
What I think it is, I mean, if we see danger to our country and to our citizens, we'll be very, very strong in terms of law and order. It's about law and order.
Accuracy relief on the people, sir. Secretary,
We got to see what we need. We'll send whatever we need to make sure there's law and order.
Guys, I'm really confused right now. Like, why do we hate ICE? Aren't they just arresting people that entered the country illegally and broke the law? Can you imagine loving your country so much you want criminals to stay and law enforcement to leave? Yeah, I can't either. I just want to say good job, ICE. We thank you for your hard work. We proud Americans love you and all you're doing for our safety.
So let me get this straight, just so I could clarify it. You don't want to go back to Mexico. You're protesting to stay away from Mexico. But you're waving the Mexican flag and you're waving it with pride. You're waving it in the United States, the country you're trying to stay in, the country you don't want to leave. But yet you're waving the Mexican flag with pride. Okay. That seems normal to you? That seems logical? That's not stupid at all? None of that's stupid. All right. You guys are an embarrassment to the Mexican culture and to the United States culture. You guys are an embarrassment to everybody around you, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Do better.
No one loves Mexico like the people who refuse to live there. And you know what's crazy? Gavin Newsom said he has it all under control, that it's gonna be a peaceful protest. Yeah, seems very peaceful to me.
Meanwhile,
I wonder if these people realize that destroying your own streets and vandalizing police cars, you're essentially destroying something you paid for with your own tax dollars.
I don't know who need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people be talking shit about America. Hey, if you don't like America, go to another country, bitch. I love this country. I'll protect this bitch.
He's a tough guy. Why doesn't he do that? He knows where to find me. The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn, but I care about my community.
Bullshit.
Bullshit! And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me.
Tom, what's your response?
Well, first of all, it's just ridiculous. That reporter from SMBC, he's a joke. He's a dishonest reporter. What we discussed was, for those protesters that cross the line, I've said it many times, you can protest, you get your First Amendment rights. But when you cross that line, you put hands on an ICE officer or you destroy property, or I say that you're impede law enforcement or you're knowingly harboring, concealing illegal alien, that's a crime. And the Trump administration is not going to tolerate it. You cross that line, we're going to seek prosecution in the Department of Justice. Then the reporter asked me, well, could Governor Newsom or Mayor Bass be arrested? I said, well, no one's above the law. If they cross the line and commit a crime, absolutely they can. So there was no discussion about arresting Newsom. And so, you know, what he's done, he's failed that state. He waited 2 days of that city burning and people getting hurt, officers being assaulted before he made any declaration of an unlawful assembly. He's late to the game. President Trump isn't late to the game. Men and women of ICE are not late to the game. And let's make this clear. I keep hearing this term ICE raids, ICE raids. What happened with how this riot started is that ICE was serving a series of criminal warrants at a business being investigated for money laundering, customs fraud, and serious violations on sending money to criminal cartels that in Colombia and Mexico that fund criminal cartel activities in the United States. It's a part of an overall conspiracy that ICE is investigating. So we're arresting bad people. We were enforcing laws and following up on a serious criminal investigation on cartel financing. So that's exactly what ICE did. And ICE took a lot of bad people off the street that day. We arrested a sexual predator, arrested gang members, arrested somebody that had an armed robbery conviction. So we made LA safer. The men and women at ICE, the men and women at the Border Patrol made LA safer that day. But you're not hearing any of this. All you hear is a rhetoric about ICE being racist, about ICE being Nazis and terrorists, and Governor Newsom feeds that. Just like Hakeem Jeffrey feeds it, that he's going to unmask ICE agents. And the members of Congress who keep feeding this rhetoric, they're the ones that are causing this riot because they don't listen to the truth about what the men and women at ICE are doing. We're keeping our promise to American people to make these streets safe again. And that's exactly what we're going to do, and we're not going to stop doing it.
If you illegally enter the U.S., seek political asylum, and then proudly wave your home country's flag and burn ours, you're dishonest. Your American citizenship and green card should be revoked and your asylum claim denied. You should be deported. And I think the people of LA need to hear this message from Cat Williams himself.
No, this ain't Mexico. It used to be Mexico, mother. And now it's Phoenix, goddammit. USA. I bet you don't leave here and go to Mexico, mother. Motherfuckers think they can live in this country and then still be allegiance to another country. If you love Mexico, get the over there. Oh, say, can you see?
We want justice! You say how?
If you love Mexico, go back to Mexico. If you love Mexico, go back to Mexico.
Racist piece of shit.
If you love Mexico, go back to Mexico. Yeah, and you're fat.
Stop the ICE raid now!
I swear, some of these protesters have two brain cells and they're both fighting for third place. She's waving her home country's flag while in America. Again, people, what message are you trying to send here? If you simply don't like America, just leave.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Man, people really don't want to have safer streets. Like, just let these people do their jobs. And it's absolutely unbelievable. We have illegal immigrants. I say this again, illegal immigrants protesting in the USA. I would have never thought this in a million years. Guys, comment down below what you guys think. And that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
The American dream and the California dream. There's no Alabama dream. Eat your heart out, Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. This is California. The world looks to us to see that it's possible to live, advance, and prosper together across every conceivable difference. It's what makes this state great, that we don't tolerate that diversity as we once had, but we truly can look today and talk in terms of how we celebrate that diversity.